uh, R. Kelly's girlfriends ended up fighting each other. Did you see that?
Who? Oh, R. Kelly's girlfriends.
R. Kelly's girlfriend ended up fighting each other. One of them got arrested. And I guess the one that got arrested or didn't get arrested is now trying to turn on R. Kelly and wants to testify against him. But she had already given so many statements to the police on the opposite. She's worried that she's going to go to jail for false statements or whatever else. And R. Kelly's still in jail right now. Man. All over a documentary, to be honest.
Word.
Before surviving R. Kelly, he was living his life and doing his shows. He was good. And they did a Surviving R. Kelly 2, and I started watching it, and I'm like, this is such a lame attempt to just keep juicing the same story. No really new people involved, and it's man, and a lot of times. By the way, there's this great show on Apple Plus called The Morning Show. It's with Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon, and Steve Carell. And it's basically about a major morning show. And it starts off with Steve Carell, who is like the co-host. He's getting fired because of, alleged sexual harassment and assault and stuff like that. And what's interesting is it gets into these stories of what actually happens. And it's like he ended up having sex with Kerry Washington, her character on the show. And he didn't rape her, but she was kind of younger, and they went back up to his room and they had sex, and she didn't say no, so he thought it was okay. And then afterwards, she felt like she was violated and so forth. And it does such a good job to lay out these situations and say, who is really at fault here? Who is really the bad person? And is there really a bad person here? When there's no physical force, there's just like, oh, I admired him so much, so I had sex, and then I felt bad afterwards. Like, how is that really a crime? But yet, this is what's happening in today's society. Now, Harvey Weinstein...
R. Kelly doesn't fall in that place.
He does fall, I think, with the majority of these, like especially a lot of the women who were in Surviving R. Kelly. They were like, oh, I just felt so bad after. These are like grown women, like, women who were 30 when they met him and stuff like that. It's like a lot of these stories are like
ones that we have in our mind.
The underage ones, there's no excuse for it. He should be, the full extent of the law for underage women. I get it 100%. But the women who were of age, who just felt like he took advantage of them, what's that about?
What is he locked up for? Because he can't be locked up for them, is he?
He's locked up for
shit, right?
I think he's locked up over the tapes, and I guess there was multiple tapes. The tape that he
and there's
beat,
some underage shit. But I'm saying
shit,
all the
right.
of age girls, he's not locked up for that.
He's not, but they're making documentaries with the of age girls.
Yeah, that's just to make it look bad, like, you know what I mean, like to make it even worse on him. But really, all that freak shit he was doing with the of age girls, that was on them. They decided to stick around for that type of shit. I mean, they could act like it was a Stockholm syndrome type of deal. I mean, maybe, but shit, we still here in America as black.
Oh yeah,
people. Talk about Stockholm syndrome.
They were like, and I was in my room with my cell phone texting my girlfriend, and I'm like, you can also call 911 right in that room with your cell phone. Like, you're not really all that trapped. Like,
yeah, we living in a funny fucking world. Did you see the new Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Oh, it's out? No, I didn't know.
Yes. Oh man, this nigga Larry David is fucking hilarious. But like, there was some shit in the new episode, kind of like, this time that we live in. Like, he's at a party, and this one waitress, he wants these fucking pigs at a blanket, and he keeps fucking looking at the tray as it goes by, and so, he gets in the room with the waitress, and they're like alone. And she's like, God, could you not be alone with me? And he's like, huh? You've been ogling me all night. Like, and he's like, no, I've been ogling the pigs in the blanket on the tray. But she had this low-cut shirt, and I guess she thought he was, and it's just this whole misunderstanding. And, with Larry, it's always a fucking comedy of errors and shit. So while he's talking to her, something happens, and she tries to walk by him, and he accidentally, her titty ends up in his hand, and this shit is fucking hilarious. But yeah, we live in that type of time where, you did this and I felt, man, I don't know, man.
Well, yeah, Oprah Winfrey is actually removed herself from the Russell Simmons Me Too documentary.
Because everybody feels like she's making a living off of taking out black dudes that do this. Whereas she got a whole bunch of white friends that she's taking pictures of that have been accused of, Harvey Weinstein, fucking Epstein, all these motherfuckers that she's in pictures, hugging up next to and all of that. But where's their documentaries? That's all we want to know, Oprah.
Well, there are Harvey Weinstein documentaries. I just don't think she's involved
Coming from Oprah. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because all the black ones seemed like she was behind those. Now.
Well, she did the talk, like the post-interview conversation with the Leaving Neverland guys.
Right.
I think people were really upset over that.
Absolutely.
And apparently, I guess
they're the R. Kelly shit too?
Allowing them to go forward with the lawsuit.
Right.
And I don't know. Their story didn't really match up all that much.
She got something
There's
to do
all
with the R.
types of
Kelly
holes
shit
in
too?
it.
Did she produce the R. Kelly shit too?
No, she's not involved in that. You know what's funny though? I know people go hate me over this. But you ever go back and look at some of the Michael Jackson songs and lyrics after Leaving Neverland came out? For example, the opening lines of the Michael Jackson song Bad.
Tell them to me. I can't think of it right now.
Your butt is mine.
Your butt is mine. Okay. What else? I mean,
it just hits a little different, know?
No, what hits a little different is I don't feel nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. Like all those R. Kelly joints, like 12 play and shit like that. Those are the ones that hit different after you like really look at him as a fucking pedophile type of motherfucker. Cause then it's like, oh, that's why you saying you don't see nothing wrong because you was with a little kid. And then 12 play could have been with a 12-year-old, you fucking freak. Like, yeah, those joints hit different. I don't know about, I think you reaching a little bit with the Michael shit, but the R. Kelly, them shits hit different. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I mean, I actually interviewed 12 Play, two of the guys from 12 Play, and I remember I spoke to the guy that had a sign that said 18 and over during one of their shows. And he's like, yeah, I know how crazy this looks now. At the time, it was just kind of going along. Because in the song, he says, show me some ID before I get freaky. So, like, oh, yeah, we're just going along with that, but now it looks crazy.
The fact that he was thinking about all of that, like, that was on his mind, you see, that's telling right there. Like, who the fuck was writing shit like that back then? Show me some ID. Get the fuck out of here. Like, nah, man.